according to the Holy Scriptures, Yahweh Shai, the Son of the Most High, is set to bring immortality to the nation of Israel, the elect, via establishing the tabernacle of David. As we talk about the second coming of who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, he is coming to take down this current world ruled by Esau, Edom, and establish a righteous kingdom, which is synonymous with the throne of David. That's scriptural, which is a government that's going to run this world in righteousness.
I saw in the night visions, and behold, one like the Son of Man came with the clouds of heaven, and came to the Ancient of Days, and they brought him near before him. And there was given him dominion and glory, and a kingdom, that all people, nations, and languages should serve him. His dominion is an everlasting dominion which shall not pass away, and his kingdom that which shall not be destroyed.
This is what you have to do. You have to believe in Yahweh Bashem Yahushai.
Let this mind be in you, which was also in Yahushai, who being in the form of God thought it not robbery to be equal with God, but made himself of no reputation, and took upon him the form of a servant, and was made in the likeness of men. And being found in fashion as a man, he humbled himself and became obedient unto death, even the death of the cross. Wherefore God also hath highly exalted him, and given him a name which is above every name, that at the name of Yahushua every knee should bow, of things in heaven, and things in earth, and things under the earth, and that every tongue should confess that Yahushua is Lord, to the glory of God the Father.
This is what you have to do. You have to believe in Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. We believe, beginning with Elder Apostle Tara down, we believe that eventually the Lord is going to give his men, we got to be his men, eventually he's going to give us that power, that spiritual power. And like it says there in Psalms 110, then thy people shall be willing, even these scoffers and scorners. Oh yeah, they'll be willing to show that respect then. For a lot of them, it'll be too late.
All right, Shalom. First and foremost, we would like to give all praise and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Kakadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great examples to our younger brothers. And peace and blessing, salutation to the hopeful elect out there pushing his word and truth and in sincerity across the four winds in the name of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Pushing to get up out of here. Shalom to the hopeful, the believers, the listeners who may have came back to the obedience of the scriptures through faith in Yahweh Bashim Al-Shah. All right. And what we want to get into today, all right, with GMS Mississippi Camp, and what we want to get into today is dealing with, the technocracy movement, because as we've, been keeping up, watching this devil, as we are in those times, where this devil is making this move, to establish, his new world order, okay, to make himself, likened unto the Most High in the earth, through left-hand means, okay. The scripture requires us, to be on our watch. Matter of fact, I'll get a few precepts, to go into that. And then we'll get into some videos and articles, so we can see, all right, what's the real deal, because it's a lot of smoke screens. It's a lot of fluff, it's a lot of, sleight of hands. Okay. It's a lot of distraction. It's a lot of vanity, it's a lot of division. All right. But as prophets, we are to watch, all right, what's going on for prophecy's sake, the things that pertain to prophecy. So let's get this real quick in Matthew, and we'll get two of them. It's the book of Matthew. Yeah, read this, bro. Matthew 26 and 41. Bible shot.
It's the book of Matthew, chapter 26, verse 41. Watch and pray that ye enter not into temptation. The spirit indeed is willing, but the flesh is weak.
Yeah, so we're in the time to really be watching what's going on. Like this devil is active. Okay. Like this devil, has things that's been in the making, for over a century, that he's pulling to the forefront. All right. Well, we're seeing that the devil really is starting to show his hand by introducing, all right, the world to a technocracy, man. Okay, through the American presidency. Okay, which is the top, office, for the puppets. All right, for the puppets of the elites. America is the top puppet office. Okay, and on that office, we're seeing technocracy. Okay, begin to emerge in government affairs. Okay, because that's the way of the new world order. Okay, so if we're watching these things and putting these things together, and it's like, God damn, it's me and the brother, we've been talking today, sending each other videos and articles back and forth, and we just putting the pieces of the puzzle, and now there's a lot of things, that's making sense, and that's what we're gonna get into. Uh, Now let's get one more. You can say something, bro.
Bro, it's like you said, it's everything really started to come full circle. And as always, as we always say, the scriptures don't miss. The precepts don't miss. The precepts is unfolding everything, and then we get to doing the research and looking into it, which is what a prudent man does. He looks well into his goal. You know, so once you do that, you really start to see, okay, everything started to come full circle. You develop a whole understanding, and that's just through relying on the scriptures.
Come on, bro. Um, so let's go here to First Peter chapter 4. Yeah, First Peter chapter 4, verse 7, bro.
Come on, it's the book of First Peter chapter 4 and verse 7. But the end of all things is at hand. But be ye therefore sober and watch unto prayer.
Yep. So the end of all things is at hand. All right, and the end of Esau's age is at hand. The age of the Edomites being in power. The end of that is this is where we at the very end. And at the very end, it prophesied that he will be doing these things that he will be doing. Because this man is really boasting that he is the most high. He's really trying to do a Genesis, all right, 2. Okay. The second book of Genesis. This is what this man is trying to do on the left hand side. He's trying to manually, okay, through his technology, make himself the most high. Okay. In the end, and the scriptures say in the end that he will exalt himself in this manner. And we're really seeing this man exalt himself as the most high on a level the earth has never seen. Okay. So we got some videos and it's gonna go into it. Did you have a point, bro, while getting the video ready?
Nah, you brought it out, bro. Like we seeing it. Like he really boasted in this thing. And in his mind, he thinks that, all this is the right way to go. But the video is gonna really explain it. But you got it, bro.
Come on, bro. So this is the first one, all right? Because we have to watch, like I said, we went into it the other day, these real shakers and movers, all right? These guys behind the scene as a part of these secret councils, these secret movements, okay, that really, run the policy for world governments, okay? And now they're coming more to the forefront and their ideology is being exposed. They're pretty much presenting their ideology to the earth directly now. Okay, and this double, all right, he trusts in this AI, all right, and the AI is going to be linked to the MOTB. Okay, so this AI infrastructure is directly linked to the ushering in of the MOTB. Okay, because the MOTB needs an infrastructure to plug people into, so people can be tracked, monitored, all right, and completely controlled. Okay, from from this central government of the elites. Okay, so this guy Yuval Harari, you have to understand that he's the next guy up. Okay, after Klaus Schwab in the WEF World Economic Forum. Okay, and you go into Klaus Schwab, he's a full blown transhumanist. Okay, Yuval Harari is transhumanist, and we're going to show you, all right, what Trump and Elon is on. All right, and we're going to go into a little history of Trump and Elon, but we're going to go into what these devils, like what they're really pushing real time. All right, and it's why you see that narrative of human error as we went into yesterday, because this is their solution for all human error. All right, is their boast, okay, in their technology, man. Okay, and if a brother could, I think that's a brother can post Psalms 10 and 2 with a wicked boast in their heart's desire. Okay, but we play this. I say if you want to speak on it, just let me know. Stop it, bro.
Come on, go ahead, bro. I'm just getting this songs. You got it.
The conversation about AI or the impact of AI is getting more and more polarized every day. There are views on both sides. Some think it's going to be the biggest revolution, some think it's going to be the biggest threat. My speaker on the show today is someone who's very clear, I think, in his view, and someone I'm very excited to speak to. Yuval Noah Harari is a historian. He's an author, one of the foremost thinkers of our time, and is talking about his new book, Nexus. Yuval, thank you so much for speaking with us on NDTV. Absolute pleasure.
It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you for the invitation.
So I did a small introduction of who you are, but here's something I like to do.
Yes.
How would you describe yourself for our viewers?
I'm a historian, but my view of history is that history is not the study of the past. History is the study of change, of how things change. And history is more relevant than ever before because we are in the midst of the biggest change ever in human history, the AI revolution. AI is really different from everything we've seen before in history because it's the first technology which is not a tool, it is an agent. Now, every previous human invention, when people invented the stone knife or the wheel or the printing press or the atom bomb, this was inventing another tool that makes us more powerful. Now we can do this, now we can do this. AI is not a tool. It is itself an agent, which means it can make decisions by itself. It can invent new ideas by itself. An atom bomb could not decide what to bomb. An AI weapon can by itself decide what to bomb, who to kill. An atom bomb could not invent the next generation of bombs. Like the atom bomb could not invent the hydrogen bomb. AI can invent new things, including the next generation of AI. So we are now creating something which might be potentially more intelligent than us, that might escape our control and start making decisions about us and changing the world in a way that we don't understand. You know, it's already beginning in so many different ways, like you apply to a bank to get a loan. Previously, it was only human beings who could decide whether to give you a loan or not. Now, increasingly, in many banks, it is an AI deciding whether to give you a loan or not. And this will happen more and more in universities, in government offices. People sometimes have this science fiction idea that the danger of AI is the big robot rebellion, like one day the AIs will try to take over the world. It's unlikely to happen. The real threat is that we will have millions and billions of AIs, these new super intelligent agents everywhere as AI bureaucrats in the banks, in the hospitals, in the government offices, in the militaries, making more and more decisions about us, changing the world with new ideas that we cannot understand, and we will lose control over our lives and over the future.
Just to take that point forward, and I'll pick up the example on banks.
Yeah, so I want to get that word agent. He said AI, is an agent. Just speak on a few things, all right, that this the devil went into. And I think it's if you can post Psalms 10 and 3 and 4 as well. Well, I think 3, well, he posted in his heart desire. But 10, we're gonna start at 10. I want to get this word agent, and it says a person who acts on behalf of another person or group. Okay, so now, all right, Chase Bank, all right, doesn't need a teller, or a bank manager. All right, it's not going to need a bank manager anymore. Okay, it's going to have AI. AI is going to act on behalf of Chase Bank. All right, AI is going to act on behalf, all right, of Progressive Auto Insurance. You're going to have what you call general AI. All right, which we're going to get into that later on. Okay, on the definition to a person or thing that takes an active role or produces a specific or a specified effect. Okay, and this is when you're going to get into general AI. All right, and that's when you get into major job replacement. Okay, he's talk about hospitals. Okay, now AI, you go to the hospital, it's going to be fully AI hospital. Okay, nurses, doctors, you getting diagnosed. Okay, you getting prescriptions, it's going to be all AI. Okay, this is the devil vision going forward. Okay, gas stations, all this AI. You see, AI is going to determine whether you can get a loan or not. AI is going to determine whether you can go to college or not. Okay, and AI is going to be biased and it's going to be programmed on scientific racism. But see, they can blame it on AI. AI is not a human, so it's just going by the numbers. So AI can't be racist. AI can't be biased. So this devil, plans to run his whole society based on AI system, man. Okay, and he thinks and he's boasting that his AI is smarter than what was created back in Genesis. When he keep throwing these shots, AI is going to be way smarter than humans. It's going to surpass any human. Humans won't be a match for AI. He's throwing shots at the Most High, like he has created something above what was created in the beginning. So let's get this, bro. What's this? Psalms 10:2. You got it, bro.
This is the brother Hopeful Elect 3. Psalms chapter 10 and verse 2. The wicked in his pride do persecute the poor. Let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined.
Yeah, so we're seeing the devil in this pride. And this AI is gonna be meant to persecute. Okay, it's gonna meant to oppress. It's all about more control. Okay, it's all about more tyranny. It's about complete control. It has nothing to do with upgrading humans and trying to make humans live forever. All right, now they want to live forever, and they're going to experiment with people. You see, the earth is going to be a big lab test, for transhumanism. Okay, but ultimately, man, this man, all right, is pushing this AI to have more control to oppress the poor, and that C-HIP is going to tie you into that system. Okay, and it says, let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined, man. Because as we were speaking of earlier, you best believe this AI, this devil boasting in this AI is smart and this and that. It's gonna play a part in this devil's destruction, man. We don't know what capacity, we don't know how much, but this AI gonna play a part in this devil's downfall, man. And he's gonna look like a complete ass, man. When it happens. You read verse 3, bro.
Bro. It's the brother Hopeful Elect 3. Again, this is Psalms chapter 10, verse 3. For the wicked boasted of his heart's desires, and the blessed the
Covetous.
covetous, whom Yahweh what is that? Abort.
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 Which is abort. So this man, we're seeing this man boasting in his heart's desire, and that's for AI to completely run his earth and people to be submissive and worship to the AI as he runs the AI and gets to play the Most High. Okay, to where he has the power of life or death, sickness and health, rich and poverty. Okay, he gets to play that role. He can heal. He can heal you when he feels like it. Okay, this is what this devil is on, and this is his heart's desire. This is the devil's desire because it's bigger than money. They got the resources. Okay, they got the fatness of the earth. Now it's about just more control, and this technology will give them absolute control. Okay, if they was able to, pull this thing off.
Mhm.
Okay, and then what's happening is he's getting ready because this system only blesses the elite 1%, that covetous 1%, that want everything. Okay, and it says whom the Lord Yahweh abhorreth, which means he avoided. Okay, the Lord not dealing with these devils, man. Okay, he's allowed them to reach a certain point, but now we're finna see that collapse, man. That great dismantling of this empire. You finna say something, bro?
Come on, bro, because it's Esau is very, very proud. So the Lord's gonna make a major example out of him. He gonna literally break this devil from the inside. Like he gonna disappoint the hell out of Esau on the level that you ever been disappointed or embarrassed before? You know,
Yeah.
this devil finna feel that on a whole new level. It's on a whole new level because he's walking. It's like he's trying to build him. He's trying to build his blessing, bro. You know what I'm saying? The blessing that he wants. He's trying to build it and push it into the world. He's trying to fabricate his own blessing.
Mm-hmm. I got that precept for you real quick since you said that, and then we'll get back into the video.
Come
This is Proverbs 16:18. Pride goeth before destruction, and a haughty spirit before a fall. You got it, bro.
Cause so that's literally what it says. Pride goes before destruction. So just like the brother said, Esau will only get so far. Like we said, like we was going into last night. The Lord made everything to where it has its boundaries, like the ocean. It can only get so far to the shore. Once it hit that land, Esau he's been given the parameters of how far he gonna be able to get with this thing. And once he hit the end of that road, or he hit that wall, and then think about it in the forms of a car crash. The faster you moving, when you hit that brick wall of that tree, it's gonna be catastrophic. And Esau is moving. He's moving real fast now with this thing. He's trying his best to hurry up and get this new world order into effect. And so once Yahweh Shema Shah has that wall, that brick wall, that tree set in his way, once he hit that thing, man, this devil, it's gonna be catastrophic for him. He's gonna be embarrassed on a whole nother level.
Mm-hmm.
I think the brother got that verse 4 too in that Psalms 10.
We'll get back to that in a minute. I'm gonna
Come,
play. Yeah. We'll make another round on the coming board.
go ahead, bro.
Yeah, so I'm gonna jump back into this devil.
Yeah.
And then we can see what the argument for is. Some would argue that the bureaucracy, as you describe it, and in the context of banks, is currently inefficient.
Yeah.
If you have the right parameters, then this AI decides who to give a loan on for the right reasons.
Yes, absolutely.
You have less bad debt. You don't have a possibly corrupt banker giving loans to a company for a kickback or a relative, and you cut that out. So, I mean, what about that side of the argument?
I'm not saying that AI is bad. I'm just saying it's a very big change. There are many arguments in favor of AI. It could revolutionize banking in a positive way. It can revolutionize healthcare. With millions of AI doctors, so many people can't get a doctor. Yeah. So if you have millions of new AI doctors, it could create the best healthcare system in history. So even before we get to the judgment, is it good, is it bad, just to understand the magnitude of the change, that for thousands of years, we lived inside a culture created by humans. All the ideas, from music and songs, all the way to religions and economic systems, everything came from the human mind. Now, increasingly, we will live in a world in which more and more music, but also more and more religious ideas, more and more economic models will come from an alien intelligence.
Why do you call it alien?
Because it thinks, it makes decisions in a completely different way than human beings. It's not organic. It's more different from us than chimpanzees or dogs are different from us. We are still all mammals. We share the same emotions. We share the same basic attitude to the world. Like we work in cycles. Like dogs and chimpanzees and cows and humans, we are organic. We have day and night cycles of sometimes we are active, sometimes we need to rest. AIs are inorganic. They don't care if it's day or night. They never need to rest. One of the things that happen in every system that AIs take over is that humans are forced to move faster and faster and faster because the AI never rests. You know, even in finance, we talk about banks. So Wall Street is open, the market in Wall Street, only Mondays to Fridays, 9:30 in the morning to 4 o'clock in the afternoon. In the evening, at night, during the weekend, during festivals like Christmas, it's shut because also the bankers, they want to sleep. They want to have time with their family. Now AI is taking over finance, and AI works 365 days a year, 24 hours. So if you want to stay in the game, you have to move faster and faster. It happens to journalists, it happens to politicians. And if you force an organic being to be active all the time, you know what happens? It collapses and dies. This is what is happening around the world. AI is accelerating everything, and this is pushing humans to the brink of collapse. Now, there is immense positive potential there if we know how to control the AIs. But the problem is that the AIs are agents, and they are learning how to manipulate us. I mean, I give you one small example. When OpenAI, the leading company in the AI field, developed GPT-4 2 years ago, they wanted to test what can this AI do. So they gave GPT-4 the task of solving CAPTCHA puzzles. CAPTCHA puzzles are these visual puzzles, like you want to access your bank.
Yeah.
So to make sure that you're a human and not a bot, you have to identify a string of words or to find a cat or something to show that you're human. Now, the GPT-4 could not solve the CAPTCHA puzzle, but the researchers gave it access to a web page, TaskRabbit, where you can hire people to do things for you online. So GPT-4 tried to hire a human worker online to solve the CAPTCHA puzzle for it. Now, the human got suspicious. The human wrote on the site, why do you need somebody to solve you CAPTCHA puzzles? Are you a robot? I asked the critical question, are you a robot? And GPT-4 answered, no, I'm not a robot. I have a vision impairment, which makes it difficult for me to see the visual puzzle, the CAPTCHA. So this is why I need your help. And the human believed it.
So the question is, who taught GPT-4 to lie?
Nobody. They gave it a go. They told the GPT-4, your goal is to solve this puzzle. Do anything needed in order to solve it. And GPT-4, on its own initiative, first of all, decided to lie to the human. It understood, if I tell the human the truth, it will not solve the CAPTCHA for me. I need to solve the CAPTCHA, I won't tell him the truth. Secondly, it invented a very effective lie. Again, this is the two abilities of AI, to make decisions, I will lie, and to invent new ideas. Nobody told GPT-4 what would be an effective lie.
Yeah.
Of all the things it could say, saying that I have a vision impairment, I'm a human being with a vision impairment, this was a perfect lie. Yeah. So this is a very, very small example. What happens if this happens on a very big scale, as the AIs control the banks, the armies? You know, maybe the next big financial crisis is caused by AIs, and we can't understand. Like, you go to the prime minister, you go to the president of the US, and you say, you have this big financial crisis, but nobody understands what is happening because it's the decisions of the AIs, and it's too complicated for human beings to understand them.
So what this tells us,
Man, and and this devil, you know, and when you listen to the devil, you gotta listen carefully, man, because this AI is a lot of hype. You know, now
Mhm.
it is some fast technology, you know, and it can be efficient in certain uses. But this double boasting this thing, like it's going to be a new intelligence, like it's going to be an intelligent beyond any that exists. He's pushing AI like AI is going to be above any intelligence that already exists, man. Okay,
Mhm.
even the Most High. You see, and this is nothing but a computer that's been programmed. And see, he's able to do this because the masses, don't understand coding and computer programming and how these things work. But
Mhm.
he told on himself because he said that the AI couldn't solve a capture. So wait a minute, if it's so smart, it can't solve a capture yet.
Picking a picture that said, "Click the one that got the cat in it."
Yeah. So if this is so great, it can't solve a capture yet. But then he teaching it. He talking about who. She asked him who taught it how to lie. He said nobody. He answered that quick. You know they teaching it how to lie.
Mhm.
Okay. Because just like you said, make that point you said earlier, how the AI is going to be like an image of Esau, just like with the image of the Lord. You got it, bro.
Rest in spirit, because I was thinking about it again. You know, when I watched it earlier, I was saying, bro, you know, we are made in Yahweh Hashem Shai's image. You know, so everything we do, you know, our mannerisms, you know, even coming down from Abaratas I will that number again the spiritual power, we're gonna be an exact reflection of Yahweh Hashem Shai, because that's because we are the sons of God. You know, Yasharala. You know, the sons of the Most High. This AI is the son of Esau, so it's gonna be just like Esau. We just saw the motherfucker lying from the jump. You
Mm-hmm.
know what does Esau do? Esau lies. He's a cunning hunter. He always been deceitful and trickery. You know, you got a machine that already built some shit that's an exact expression or the exact image of you. You know, it's very deceitful. Like we just heard it when they said, "Oh, they didn't have to teach it how to lie; it just automatically know how to do it." You know, that's Esau. We didn't like Esau being a cunning hunter. That was in him when we was in the room when Esau and Jacob was with.
Hey, Salaki, if a brother could put that within Psalms, estranged from the womb for the brother. I think Psalms 55, the wicked are estranged from the womb, telling lies. But you got it, bro. I just want to.
Esau came out like that, bro, being a cunning hunter. You know, lies, being deceitful. We grab that. I'm gonna put it in the chat. The definition of a cunning hunter. Basically, he's able to hunt based on trickery, deceit, lies, being the deceptive, and all these other things. And we literally just saw that AI do that. It couldn't solve. Now this AI, like you said, it's supposed to be the best thing. It's supposed to be smarter than humans, but the motherfucker can't even click the picture. They got a cat in it. Or click all the pictures with a bus in it. Like click the street light, the crosswalk. Them little captures you get, bro. It couldn't even do that. But automatically from the jump, it knew how to manipulate somebody and be deceitful in order to basically solve a puzzle. And
Get
that's
his
what
test.
Esau does.
That's Esau. That's an Esau method by any means necessary.
So bringing it back full circle, we are the sons of Yahweh Shemal Shai, Yasharala, the sons of God. So we're gonna be an exact representation of Yahweh Shemal Shai in our mannerisms and our likeness. Especially, right now we're in this flesh. So we battle, but in the kingdom, we're gonna be that exact expression. Right now, in Esau's rulership, that AI is an exact expression of his ass.
Yep, yep. And I got the precept for you too, bro, to bag you up. And so you break it down. Psalm 58:3. The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies.
So estranged from the womb. As soon as Esau came out of the womb, he was a cunning hunter. It was just him. This AI, they running the test on this motherfucker. He is already lying from the jump. So that's literally from the womb of basically the womb of being born. You know, as soon as the AI they run a test on it, it's basically quote unquote being made or born. You know what I'm getting at. So it's already lying from the womb, and then it says they go astray as soon as they are born, speaking lies. I mean that's straightforward. Like he literally just said that they didn't teach it how to lie. They didn't teach it how to manipulate. And then the crazy part is he did it in a way where the human fell for it.
Yep.
You know, like what did it say? You know, I have a vision impairment where I can't solve these puzzles.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you got aunties, uncles, and cousins, you got somebody that could have clicked on this thing, but it just shows you how simple some people are. Where they believe anything. They don't go into. I think that's what Psalms 16 and 14 or something like that, 12 and 14 or something like that, where they don't believe anything. They don't believe. They don't look into things. They just believe whatever. None of them ever thought like the way that you said it. Like, okay, this motherfucker's supposed to be this smart, you know. But you got it's smart enough to be deceitful and cunning and trickery, but it ain't smart enough to solve simple puzzles.
Yep. Yep. That show you that he be capping, man. You know, but this is nothing but a big magic trick of Satan, you know, through Esau. And I'm gonna get this real quick. I want you to read this, and then we're gonna segue to the other video as well. But you can read this real quick, bro.
Come. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 45 and verse 9. Woe unto him that strived with his maker. Let the potsherd strive with the potsherd of the earth. Shall the clay say unto him that fashioned it, who makest thou, or thy work he hath no hands?
Yeah, so this is what Esau is doing. This is what we're witnessing this man. This is the posture that Esau is taking against the Most High. He's scribing against the Most High. Okay? He's on this mission to create something, all right, to have a one-up on the Most High. Okay? He's pretty much saying the Most High, like, look, I can upgrade what you created. Your creation is flawed. I got the technology to upgrade it, you know, and to make it in my likeness, like the brother was just getting into. I'm going to make everything into my likeness because your likeness is flawed. Okay? But we're going to perfect everything in my likeness, man. This is what this devil is doing. This is, like I said, this is way beyond, all right, deporting, okay, some niggas in the Mexican restaurant, okay? Some goddamn Issachar on the grill at the taco spot, the taco truck. This is way bigger than this, man. You know, we're gonna keep going into it, man. Like this is the technocracy movement is in effect, man. Okay, man. Now you got it, because I was just gonna change the title. This is in effect. You got it, bro.
Go ahead, bro. It makes sense, bro. Because you know the masses get all caught up and like the events and you know the deportations and all of that. But that goes back to that lesson I was doing, going into like how this society is being polarized. They're making everybody more and more divided, which is just a big ass distraction. That's the only way that this technocracy can keep going, because people decide to have more trust in this AI shit than they do in having an actual conversation with a human. You know, I know I'm not the only one, bro. I know you feel the same way when you call, you know, like these places and shit. I just get the hidden zero, nigga. Send me to a human. I don't want to sit here and talk to this damn machine.
Yeah.
You know, but it's all distraction, bro. Go ahead.
And that machine only got a limited amount of responses. Like when that nigga run out of responses, he can't help you no more. You know, you call, you know, Xfinity, you know what I'm saying, after limited, that nigga gonna tell you to reset the machine, which you already done. You know, he gonna tell you unplug it, which you already done. And once that nigga say that, then he gotta send you to the human. So it's like, nigga, you know what I'm saying? That was a waste of conversation, you know?
Because you get to the point where you're like you start to understand, or you start to really understand why. Like, why is it that this they have this mass deport? They know everybody is gonna plug into this. Meanwhile, and everybody's like, oh, they firing everybody, but you're not even paying attention to. They just fire everybody that's over running the U.S. nuclear arsenal, and all of a sudden they can't get in contact with them. No, that's because they already got the AI running that. They got the AI running the nukes, bro. And they like, oh, we don't really know if if we can trust this AI system. We don't really know, but we gotta do it. You got Elon Musk saying that they had to remove DEI. They all their steps is literally for the AI, bro. They saying they had to remove DEI. They didn't remove DEI because of human error. They removed DEI because DEI can't be a factor with the AI system. Because if they had DEI and the AI may turn around and say, oh, this it may, like he said, it may start to act on its own. So you know what I'm getting at, bro? Like, it gets to a point where you gotta really look at these things. Like you said, it's much bigger than the small, minute things that we're seeing. When they, like you said, when it comes to Esau being deported, man, that's just to get you drilled into that. And then he's in the spirit. You see that? You see that picture in the middle, bro?
Yeah, talking about Issachar being deported.
It's a car being deported. You see that? You see that picture in the middle, bro, with the girl on the phone?
Yep.
That's in the spirit, bro, because that's all the things that they're doing. That's literally what it's getting people to do, is to be so caught up in social media and everything that's going on versus paying attention to the things that this devil is doing.
Yep. And people are already being merged to because the transition. See, the elites, they're telling you they're bringing something, but it's already happening. Like, they're telling you, okay, we're gonna merge humans with machines, but people are already at one with their phones. People are already one with their smartwatches. Okay, with these different wearables, people are already at one with these things. That's why people feel so naked when their phone is not right by them. When their phone is not in arm's reach. People feel naked. So they are already merging you with technology. Even if you play the video game all day, you are already being merged with technology. You play the video game all day, every day. You on TikTok all day, every day. You are already being merged with technology. And that's why it's rare for people to be able to have an authentic conversation, because they so used to synthetic, these synthetic
I know what you're talking about.
stimulation. Yeah, the stimulations the synthetic. That they're not even stimulated by authentic conversation anymore, man. But I got that precept for you. Then we could get into the next video, bro.
This the brother Hopeful Leg 3.
Now I'm gonna read it for you, bro. You have
Go ahead.
Yeah, you had made the point. In Proverbs 14 and 15, it said, the simple believeth every word, but the prudent man look well to his going.
The simple believe it every word. No matter what this devil says, that they're going to believe it just from the jump. AI is for the betterment of the human race, the humankind, or whatever bullshit, whatever type of way they want to put it, because the niggas' words are smooth as butter. We know that. But nobody's going to look into these things. So the simple man, go ahead.
Nah, you got it. I was just agreeing, bro. You got it.
The simple is going to believe everything that he says. But like you said, the prudent man looks well into his goings. You're gonna be like, hold on, bro. Hold on, nah. Let me. I'm not just finna go out here and make these decisions. I'm not just finna act on this or just believe whatever the hell you telling me. You gotta show me that. The same way we dig it into these scriptures. The spirit had that on it, bro. Can you break that down? Can you show me how you found it? And that same spirit has been on the head apostles, bro, for as long as we know. They always say, hey, when we say something, research it. Do your homework, fact check it. The simple person don't fact check shit. They just look at it and be like, okay, cool. As long as the shit sound good, they fine with it.
Gun, bro. So yo, we're gonna get this next video, and he's gonna go a little deeper into AI. All right, and he's speaking from a perspective of non-bias. The devil Yuval Harari. He's boasting in the technology, but he's just speaking from a more informative on what these devils are on. Like what's their mindset with it. So we're gonna play this. Then we got one more video and a few articles to get into. Just delving
Kim,
into these things, man. What you got, bro?
that word, bro, dopamine or endorphins, that chemical that
Oh,
people
yeah, yeah,
when they're scrolling on social media, like you said, they getting they daily dose of it.
yeah, for sure. Then that plays a part with when you go into addiction, all right, which they go into the neuro science behind the addiction. It's that endorphin, and there's two more chemicals too. Like I said, I was talking to this neuro uh, scientist, the other day, and she was speaking about the endorphin plays a big factor in addiction, and it was two more chemicals, man. But these
I
devils,
put I put them in there.
they get down to the science, man. You know,
Steve
yeah, yeah,
said,
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
That's what she said. Yep.
Hmm.
Dopamine, serotonin. Yep. So yeah, man, these devils got this shit to a science, man. And they play and manipulate the minds of the masses on the daily. you know. So let's let this play, and we'll go from there, bro.
Access transcripts of our videos as well as galleries of the art we use in the videos by visiting academyofideas.com. In an interview in 1964, the science fiction writer Arthur C. Clarke stated, "The most intelligent inhabitants of that future world won't be men or monkeys. They'll be machines, the remote descendants of today's computers. Now, the present-day electronic brains are complete morons, but this will not be true in another generation. They will start to think, and eventually they will completely outthink their makers." In January 2025, President Donald Trump announced the Stargate project, a $500 billion joint venture to invest in artificial intelligence infrastructure. Masayoshi Son, CEO of SoftBank, who was on hand for Trump's announcement, said this project marked the beginning of our golden age. While a letter addressing Stargate from OpenAI, the creators of ChatGPT, stated that all of us look forward to continuing to build and develop AI for the benefit of all of humanity. We believe that this new step is critical on the path and will enable creative people to figure out how to use AI to elevate humanity. The Stargate project is a clear sign of AI's deepening influence on the modern zeitgeist. No longer is AI merely the subject of theoretical speculation. Its technologies are now shaping the world in which we live. All technology, however, carries the potential for both good and evil, and in this video we explore the darker side of AI. We argue that if the dreams of AI enthusiasts are realized, the outcome could be the extinction of humanity or a nightmarish technological dystopia. For riding the wave of AI's advancement is the fanatical ideology of transhumanism, which is embraced by many in the upper echelons of corporate, political, and scientific power. Transhumanism promotes integrating technology into the brains and bodies of all humans, or as Joe Allen explains in his book Dark Aeon, Transhumanism and the War Against Humanity, transhumanism is the great merger of humankind with the machine. At this stage in history, it consists of billions using smartphones. Going forward, we'll be hardwiring our brains to artificial intelligence systems. Ultimately, transhumanism is a spiritual orientation, not toward the transcendent creator, but rather toward the created machine. The artificial intelligence developed in recent years by companies such as OpenAI, Meta, and Google fall under the category of narrow AI. These systems perform specific tasks within predefined domains and lack the ability to generalize their intelligence or autonomously transfer their capabilities to new domains without additional training. One of Google's DeepMind projects, AlphaZero, for example, has become a master at playing games like chess and Go. Artificial intelligence language models such as ChatGPT and DeepSeek have synthesized astounding quantities of knowledge, and in 2024, ChatGPT 4 tested at the 99th percentile on the GRE verbal exam and the US Biology Olympiads. The ultimate goal of AI developers, however, is not to create more powerful narrow AI systems, but to spawn artificial general intelligence, or AGI. Unlike narrow AI, AGI would have the capacity to operate across many domains and to learn and master everything humans can, and much more. A sufficiently advanced artificial general intelligence would be a super-intelligent system whose abilities would dwarf our own in the same way that our abilities dwarf those of an ant. Among its most profound abilities would be the power to improve and replicate itself by writing its own code, or as Joe Allen writes, in the same way an automated calculator can outcompete any human in a math bowl, a sufficiently advanced AI will blow humans away at calculation, persuasion, deception, replication, machine control, resource acquisition, institutional organization, military strategy, in pretty much any task it's trained to perform in the digital ecosystem. As AIs become even more complex and non-deterministic than they already are, they'll be able to operate across the internet with greater autonomy. If allowed to improve their own computer code, these AIs could replicate and mutate like bacteria in an irradiated petri dish. Once one learns a new skill, countless more would learn instantly. The arrival of superintelligent AI would mark the end of human supremacy. Ben Goertzel, a lead developer at OpenCog, whose software powers the world-famous robot Sophia, wrote that, "One thing that does seem likely is that once machines smarter than humans are around, the era of human beings dominating the earth will be gone." Or as the English novelist Samuel Butler predicted with remarkable prescience in 1863, "Man will have become to the machine what the horse and the dog are to man." If the world is populated by superintelligent and self-reproducing AI, there is the possibility that these systems would see us as a threat, a resource to exploit, or else treat us with a dangerous indifference. Or as Mo Gaudat explains, to put this in perspective, your intelligence, in comparison to that machine, will be comparable to the intelligence of a fly in comparison to Einstein. Now the question becomes, how do you convince this super being that there is actually no point squashing a fly? That AI could bring about the end of humanity is not a fringe concern voiced only by Luddites. Rather, it is shared by a significant portion of individuals working at the cutting edge of AI. According to the Stanford AI Index, 36% of AI experts agreed that AI decisions could cause nuclear-level catastrophe. In 2014, Elon Musk stated that, with artificial intelligence, we are summoning the demon. In 2023, hundreds of artificial intelligence experts signed a letter stating, "Mitigating the risk of extinction from AI should be a global priority, alongside other societal scale risks, such as pandemics and nuclear war." While the Nobel Prize winner and godfather of AI, Geoffrey Hinton, has publicly expressed regret over his pioneering work on neural networks due to the potential threats AI may pose to humanity in the future. Or as Hinton remarked in an interview, "I talked to Elon Musk the other day, and he thinks we'll get things more intelligent than us. And what he's hoping is they'll keep us around because we will make life more interesting." That seems like a pretty flimsy thing to rest humanity on to me, but he thinks it's quite possible these things get much smarter and they'll gain control. Currently, there are at least 45 programs working to create artificial general intelligence. That being said, it is still unknown to what degree it is possible to create artificial general intelligence, let alone artificial superintelligence. Scientists have little understanding of consciousness and its relationship to matter, and it is unclear whether high-level intelligence requires consciousness, and whether it is possible to create a conscious machine. Yet many on the front lines of AI development are acting as if the emergence of superintelligent machines is inevitable, and they have formulated a plan to address this existential threat, a threat which they themselves are working to create. This plan is transhumanism, which involves merging ourselves with machines so that we become powerful enough to coexist alongside superintelligent AI. Sam Altman, the CEO of OpenAI, claims that to avoid an us versus them situation with AI, there would need to be some version of a merge, at least for some of us. While Elon Musk stated that, if we have digital superintelligence that's just much smarter than any human, at a species level, how do we mitigate that risk? And then even in a benign scenario, where the AI is very benevolent, then how do we even go along for the ride? Musk's solution, which he is currently working on with his company Neuralink, is to augment human capacities with what he calls an electrode to neuron interface at a micro level, a chip and a bunch of tiny wires that will be implanted in your skull. Or as Musk stated in 2018, the long-term aspiration with Neuralink would be to achieve a symbiosis with artificial intelligence. I believe this can be done. It's probably on the order of a decade. Regarding this transhumanist plan, Joe Allen writes, human beings will be forced, as a matter of survival, to merge with the superintelligent machines they've created. Or rather, the masses will be forced to merge with machines created by a handful of inventors and controlled by elites who are themselves possessed by digital intelligences. While the potential threat of AI is being used as a pretext to push transhumanism on the masses, the idea of using science and technology to augment human capacities has lurked in the shadows of Western civilization for centuries. However, it was not until the 20th century that it became apparent that transhumanism would soon become a tangible possibility. Julian Huxley, brother of Aldous Huxley, popularized the term transhumanism in the mid-20th century when he predicted that in the near future humans would merge their biology with technology to enhance their capacities, increase longevity, take control of their evolution, and therein become gods. Or as Huxley wrote in 1957, the human species can, if it wishes, transcend itself, not just sporadically, an individual here in one way, an individual there in another way, but in its entirety, as humanity. We need a name for this new belief. Perhaps transhumanism will serve, man remaining man, but transcending himself by realizing the new possibilities of and for his human nature. I believe in transhumanism. Once there are enough people who can truly say that, the human species will be on the threshold of a new kind of existence. Klaus Schwab, founder and chairman of the World Economic Forum, is one of the many global elites who believes in transhumanism. In his book, The Fourth Industrial Revolution, Schwab explained that we are in the initial stages of the next major civilizational revolution, a transhumanist revolution, which in his words involves the convergence of the physical, digital, and biological worlds, and the fusion of our physical, digital, and biological identities. While Yuval Noah Harari, the best-selling author and frequent speaker at global summits attended by the world's most powerful politicians, businessmen, and scientists, wrote that techno-humanism agrees that Homo sapiens as we know it has run its historical course and will no longer be relevant in the future, but concludes that we should therefore use technology in order to create Homo Deus, a much superior model. Homo Deus will retain some essential human features, but will also enjoy upgraded physical and mental abilities that will enable it to hold its own even against the most sophisticated non-conscious algorithms. One of the more outspoken advocates of transhumanism.
So yeah, man. And these globalists are all on this tip. And the mindset that we have to understand, all right, behind Esau Edom, okay, he's hyping up AI to scare people into thinking like if you don't merge with technology, you're not going to keep up, you know? So that's even the scare tactic of his own for him to keep pushing. Look, AI gonna replace y'all. It's gonna replace y'all. It's gonna be super intelligent. You're gonna be like a house cat. You know, you're gonna be like a house cat against AI. So you have to merge with technology to keep up with what we doing over here. So this is another method, you know, of herding people, all right, into transhumanism. Because I get that. I want you to read it, but if you had a point, you can make it too. I'm gonna pull this real quick and go into it.
Just going into really just point out a few things that when we was watching it. It's going into that Stargate project. That Stargate project is the initiative where they're investing 500 billion into building the AI infrastructure. And it makes you really like you said, we always look into these things, and that's in the spirit. I was thinking about Revelation 13 too. But we look at we think about these things. Why did IT? The IT. How all of a sudden there was a huge, want for like IT jobs. IT specialists. Any site or whatever you scroll on, it was always how they was, training people for IT and everything. I don't know if you ever really paid attention to any of that, but that's who's gonna be working on this AI. Like if you look it up, those IT workers a mass part of their job requirements is that AI. So they've been already trying to put in line the workers for the people to maintain these things. How he said, we was watching it last night. How Elon Musk, 99%, of the workforce is gonna be AI, and 1% is gonna be human. That 1% is gonna be those to maintain the AI. And like he said, even the so-called godfather of AI, he's like Elon Musk. Elon Musk basically tripping. That made me think of that Proverbs 12 and 15. The way of a fool is right in his own eyes. He like this man who initially started this thing with AI is telling you like, bro, that ain't the right way. That's not right. They're just like one of us going to the apostles and trying to tell them, hey, what you just said is wrong, knowing they breaking down the scripture 100% correctly. That's why I said a fool is right in his own eyes, but he that hearken unto counsel is wise. He that listens, he that listens and tries to understand. Okay, cool. I got two ears and one mouth for a reason, so I should be listening twice as much as I'm talking, because that's the only way you can learn. You can see Elon Musk in his own eyes, he feel like he's right, and this is the way to go. If you got it, bro.
Come, bro. And you just gonna get into it, because even going back to hearkening to he that hearkeneth to counsel is wise. Well, nature itself is built off wisdom. There's so much wisdom just within nature itself, and everything complement each other to where it just has to be managed. Okay, but this nigga's like, nah, we finna upgrade everything. We finna change everything. You see, him tampering with wisdom is him ignoring wise counsel. So and then this whole, like I said, with this transhumanism, like this whole thing of hyping AI up as if it's gonna just outmaneuver, and these people are saying this like like it's just a small thing. Like here it is, they're creating this thing, and they're like, yeah, it's gonna outperform us, and I hope the AI is nice to us once it gets smarter than us. But they're saying these things to put people in fear to go ahead and merge with technology, man. Okay, which when you go into Revelation 13 and 16, John the Revelator, he's seen transhumanism, because putting this C-hip in you is your pathway to transhumanism, man. That Neuralink, that's transhumanism, So you can read that, bro, Revelation 13 and 16.
Come on, the water, bro. I got you. This Revelation chapter 13 and verse 16. He called it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or their foreheads.
Yeah, so this is merging technology with man. Even though it's a small piece of technology, it's going to be linked to a enormous infrastructure, like the brother getting into the Stargate, for data gathering, and the smart cities, 15-minute cities. Okay, that small piece of technology is going to link you to a global infrastructure, man. Okay, whether it's in your hand, your forehead. Okay, well, this is merging man with his technology, man. All right, you got it, bro.
Come, verse 17, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number in his name.
Yeah, because buying and sell is a major component, of this C-hip, but it's not the end all be all. But it's a major component. And John, he's seen people couldn't buy or sell without it. He's seen people were outcasts in society without this technology in them, man. Okay, so what's the major part of existence? Because this is a consumerism society. All right, is what? Buying and selling. People survive off buying and selling. Only 1.8% of America's population are farmers. Okay, so the masses are on the grid, to where they're subjugated to what? Buying and selling. And that's going to be that's going to be a more leverage that this devil is going to have on the masses, that look, we're going to take the money digital. So if you don't have the money, you can't operate in this society. If you don't have this technology, you can't operate with this new money to buy and sell. You can't do business without this technology, man. You know, so it's a forced hurting of the masses, hurting humanity. Okay, that channel, one of those alternative news guys called Hurting Humanity. So we're watching this devil hurt humanity, man. You know, one thing segue to the next video. You got it, bro.
And that's just, we gotta automatically say that, there's also a cut to any of these other camps that try to say that, the mark is not, the C-hip. You literally just said no man may be able to buy or sell. They saying this C-hip gonna be your wallet, it's gonna be your ID, it's gonna be everything. So last time I checked, you can't buy or sell with sin, And if that's the case, then everybody would have it already. If it was that case, but you gotta say that that's also a cut to that. We know what this mark is. It's that C-hip.
Come on, bro. So this is the next video, and this is from Redacted. And the guy that comes in, the guy that they brought in, he's gonna go in, he's gonna break down Trump, and what he's really about, and the people that he got around him. Okay, because as we went into, the World Economic Forum, we went into, transhumanism, but now we're seeing, okay, what Trump office is really about. Okay, you see, so he's gonna go into these things, and then we're gonna investigate, all right, the origin of what we call the technocracy movement. All right, because that's a movement that started in the 1930s. Okay, and we're gonna go into it. And just investigate, man. Watching, you seeing what the hell is going on, man. Okay, so let's play this, and we'll go from there. And we'll go into these movements that he's speaking on, but most of it, you just let it play, because like I said, he get into it. He gonna describe the people that's around Trump and what they're about.
So why are so many people, the freedom-loving Americans right now, seemingly like turning a blind eye to the massive surveillance state in the United States of America, which could be rolled out with all of these sort of tech oligarchs? Remember, all of them were like standing behind President Trump during the inauguration, and we're sort of praising Elon Musk on one hand for all of this uncovering at Doge, but are we turning a blind eye? Are we missing something here? Do we have a massive blind spot when it comes to the technocratic move and a massive surveillance state which could be rolled out in the United States? Derek Brose, investigative journalist, does a fantastic job. He writes at the American Vagabond. He's here, and of course, he's been covering this story for years, and we wanted to invite him on. He's got a couple of new articles out right now. Derek, welcome back to the show. Great to see you.
Hey guys, thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
Our pleasure. So what's your biggest concern right now as you look at the sort of technocratic landscape and this massive sort of biosurveillance state, which seems to be creeping its way into our lives?
Yeah, so over the last 2.5 months, I've written 3 articles at the Last American Vagabond, each of them kind of picking at this story. The first one you alluded to, Clayton, was focused on Elon Musk's contract. It's a $1.8 billion classified contract with a project called Starshield, which is basically the military industrial complex intelligence network side of Starlink. Most people know Starlink is the satellite internet company that allows you to access internet pretty much anywhere in the world. And it's done some great things, helping people in disaster situations, as well as people in very low bandwidth areas. But as I said, there's another angle to that. And that is that every time Elon Musk sends up one of those Falcon rockets and people celebrate the space race has begun again, he's actually also sending out classified payloads for most likely the National Reconnaissance Office, which is the US government agency that was secret up until the early 90s, which deals with satellites and surveillance from satellites. And so SpaceX has partnered with the military, and the Starshield program is about creating the world's largest spy satellite network. And in my article at thelastAmericanVagabond.com, I mentioned the head of the NRO, his name's Christopher Scalise. He actually gave a talk in late 2024 where he said, in his own words, quote, "You can't hide." Now, of course, he was referencing bad guys, terrorists, only criminals, and saying that that's what this is going to focus on. But I think it's something that many people may have overlooked as far as some of the things, like you said, people are celebrating with Doge and others, that Elon Musk is still a military-industrial complex contractor, one of the largest. And in fact, another sort of related story I've reported on is that OpenAI, Anduril, which is connected to Peter Thiel, and SpaceX have all announced a coalition, a new kind of alliance coming together, where they're saying they want to compete directly with the old guard of the military-industrial complex. This would be Raytheon, Boeing, Northrop Grumman, and others like that. And I'm afraid that we're going to see a sort of inversion where all of a sudden it becomes cool to become a military-industrial complex contractor because it's Elon and because he's aligned with Trump and we're doing all this cool stuff and Doge, et cetera. And so many people maybe are just not ready to see what's really going on, is that these same technocrats, the Peter Thiels, who has at least a dozen people in Trump's new administration, all going back to the PayPal mafia, Elon Musk, of course, David Sachs, Peter Thiel, and connected to the Bilderberg Group. Peter Thiel is a steering committee member of the Bilderberg Group, as well as his co-founder at Palantir, Alex Karp, that people might be missing these details, if not purposely trying to ignore them.
Hi, I'm JT, and I made Result Hunter, the search engine for conservatives. Let me just tell you what it does. First of all, big.
Or is there perhaps this bait and switch where Democrats, which are part of something you talk about all the time, as part of the Uniparty, are saying, well, our data is being looked at by Elon Musk in this sort of paper and pen type of way, but what they're missing and what they may be on board with is a different kind of data surveillance that they're not warning about, because they could. They could raise this legitimate point, but instead they're raising just crap.
I agree. That's a great point, Natalie. And this is just sort of the standard for the mainstream world of politics, that they find certain things to focus on and to bicker about and to get people arguing about at work and online, when there's these deeper issues sort of going on behind the scenes. And on the surface level, it would appear as if there is a left-wing or a progressive and now a more conservative-leaning element of the big tech industry of Silicon Valley. So you have people like former CEO of Google, Eric Schmidt, and others who've pretty much always been progressives, donating to them, and they supported Kamala Harris. And you have now more conservative-leaning big tech bros supporting Trump, obviously. And this really came about in the last year when many of them held a fundraiser at David Sachs' home in June 2024 in San Francisco. And this is where actually, according to several reports, that Elon Musk and several people in that circle told Donald Trump that J.D. Vance should be his vice presidential candidate. And of course, J.D. Vance is one of these acolytes of Peter Thiel, who is largely funded and won his Senate race because of Peter Thiel's money, and who has said that when he heard Peter Thiel speak at Yale, that was like a big inspirational moment for him. They started working, collaborating together. But nevertheless, on the surface, it appears there's this progressive and more conservative leaning. So that's one angle people could take. But I think if you peel back a layer, you actually realize, oh, well, although Google's Eric Schmidt is supporting Kamala Harris, he's actually a steering committee member of the Bilderberg Group, as well as Peter Thiel. So you have one steering committee member of the Bilderberg Group supporting Trump, one member supporting Harris in the 2024 election. And when it's all said and done, though, they're both sort of aiming in the same direction. I think that's really what people should take note of as well. I mean, we had the Stargate project announcement. I know you guys reported on that. And for those who missed it, I mean, I wrote an article about that as well. You can look more into Larry Ellison, look more into Sam Altman, and what these people are about. These are the men sitting shoulder to shoulder with Donald Trump as they announce AI, mRNA cancer vaccines that are allegedly going to solve cancer. But you go back to Larry Ellison's January 2002 opinion piece for the New York Times, written just months after 9/11, and he was calling for a complete surveillance state, calling for biometrics, calling for a national ID card, a digital ID card in the very this is 20 years ago and we're pretty close now, but he's been advocating for these ideas for some time, and more recently speaking about the use of AI and facial recognition to keep citizens on their best behavior. And so these are the people that he's, of course, the head of Oracle, and Sam Altman over at OpenAI right now under investigation for their whistleblower allegedly having killed himself, despite signs to the contrary of that. And these are the kind of people that are partnering with Trump to the tune of $500 billion for this new Stargate project. And in addition to what I mentioned, that there's at least a dozen Peter Thiel acolytes in the current Trump administration. I know you guys had Whitney Webb, and she spoke about Jim O'Neill at the HHS, but that's really just one piece of it. I touched on JD Vance. There's obviously David Sachs, who's going back to the PayPal mafia. He was the crypto and AI czar. You got Howard Lutnick, and the Commerce Secretary. He is connected to Peter Thiel as well as funding Rumble, and Cantor Fitzgerald. He was also a neighbor of Jeffrey Epstein at one point. And the list goes on. And there's also Ken Howry. I'll just mention him. One last thing on him. I think he's an important piece of this puzzle as well. He was appointed to ambassador to Denmark, and some people are like, okay, big deal. Peter Thiel acolyte is being the ambassador to Denmark. He has no power, no influence. He didn't just work with Peter Thiel one time, though. He was part of his fellowship, part of the Thiel Foundation and organizations like that. But when you put this into context of Trump's calls for wanting to purchase or take Greenland and make it part of the United States, Greenland is under the Kingdom of Denmark. So Ken Howry, this Peter Thiel acolyte and associate, is now in a position to help negotiate or try to make that happen if that's really what Trump wants. And the other important piece of that is that if you go back to the original technocrats plan from the 1930s, the original technocracy movement, which said that we shouldn't have the political class, we shouldn't have the business class, that we should have technologists and engineers and the scientific elite basically micromanaging society using the machines, or what we would call AI now. Their original plan called for the tech native North America, and this included the United States, Canada, Panama, and Greenland. So what Trump is calling for is, in fact, very, very similar to what we heard almost 100 years ago from the original technocrat movement.
I want to pause it there and just to segue to the technocrat movement, and then we'll let the rest of it play in a minute. But let me pull this up. You had something to say while I pull this up, bro?
Nah, bro, you got it. Go ahead up.
It comes. So yeah, let's segue, because he's pretty much, because you hear this guy Peter Thiel. Well, these are all technocrats. Google. All right, these are all technocrats. Okay. JD Vance, which is a Trump vice president, is a technocrat, and Elon Musk comes from a family of technocrats. All right, that believe in this technocracy movement. Now, when you go into technocracy movement, now this is almost 100 years old. All right, in the 1930s. So this is about 90 years old. So it said the technocracy movement was a social movement active in the United States and Canada in the 1930s, which favored technocracy. Okay, and you go into a technocracy is a form of government in which the decision makers are selected based on their expertise in a given area of responsibility, particularly with regard to scientific or technical knowledge. Technocracy follows largely in the tradition of other meritocratic theories and assumes full, but that's the point. All right, that you're going to see these different specialists in different fields start to make decisions above the government, above this old. See, that whole Senate House, and they talking about replacing all them niggas with AI. Okay, that whole House of Representatives and the Supreme Court, all them niggas. What is nigga Clarence Thomas? Yeah, that nigga out of there, man. It's gonna be Gates. Okay, you seen Dr. Fauci. All right, you see these these guys from OpenAI, these different CEOs. They're on the forefront of making decisions. All right, for the masses, man. And that's a technocracy. But this movement started in the 1930s. Okay, it says as a system of government over representative democracy. Okay, so that old way of governing, with a representative from each state. Okay, senators from each state, that the governor in each state, like all this going to be done away with. Okay, and it says and concomitant partisan politics. Historians associate the movement with engineer Howard Scott's Technical Alliance and Technocracy Incorporated prior to the international, all right, factionalism that dissolved the latter organization during the Second World War. It said technocracy was ultimately overshadowed by other proposals for dealing with the crisis of the Great Depression. The technocracy movement proposed replacing partisanism, politicians and business people with scientists and engineers who had technical expertise to manage the economy. Okay, so when you jump down to the, all right, so it went away for a while, but it came back in like 1943. But when you go into the where is it?
If I
Yeah.
may add too,
So
bro, go ahead.
you got, bro. No, you
No, we
got it.
seeing that we actually seeing that in effect right now. Because
Oh
look
yeah.
at how Elon Musk is not a so-called elected official, but look how he just plummeting through the entire IRS, firing people right and left, and just doing whatever he want to do. We're seeing that happen, and then on the back end, you got to look at they're slowly introducing it to the masses, and they're trying to build that trust with doing it. Why you think we've never seen them post any of these public things on X? You know what I'm saying? He's trying to gain the trust of the public while slowly introducing them into this technocracy.
Exactly, bro. Yep, it's a slow play. They gotta gain your trust. The more trust they gain, the more they show you what they really about. Okay.
I watching this documentary where it said a slow drip is better than a waterfall.
Oh yeah, come. And that drip getting a little faster, man. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It said technocracy is the science of social engineering, the scientific operation of an entire social mechanism to produce and distribute goods and services to the entire population of this continent. Okay, so these devils are going to oversee. That's why I say you'll own nothing and be happy. All right, because the technocrats and the elites will own everything, and they'll distribute to you as they see fit according to their technocracy, man. Okay, according to the data. Okay, they're gonna come up with the data, like saying 2,500 calories for a man, 2,000 calories for a woman, carbon footprint. Like nigga, close your mouth, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like they gonna dictate to you how you should exist in the earth, man.
What they
Okay.
say, one pair of pants, a shirt, and a socks per person per year.
Yeah, all of those shit, man. What is a few grams of meat, per month. Okay. And it says for the first time in human history, it will be done as a scientific, technical, engineering problem. There will be no place for politics or politicians. And this is why you see Elon has a dominant posture, over Trump. Bringing his son in the office, coming to the Oval White House. I mean the Oval Office. In casual wear. you know, shitting on politicians, man, firing niggas. You see, and it says finance or financiers, rackets or racketeers. Technocracy states that this method of operating the social mechanism of the North American continent. Okay, the North American continent is now mandatory because we have passed from a state of actual scarcity into the present status of potential abundance, in which we are now held to an artificial scarcity, all right, forced upon us in order to continue a price system which can distribute goods which make the corporation rich only by means of medium and change, man. So here it is, the earth is meant to produce an abundance, but they create an artificial scarcity so they can keep prices and maneuver prices how they want, man. This man is the devil. Okay, now remember it said North American continent. So I want to get this here, and you can just read the headline. And this is what Trump is doing. Okay, Trump is doing this right in your face. Trump is playing right in you people's face with this technocracy movement, man. So you go to this, check this out, bro. I had looked this up right before we started. Spirit gave it to me. It says Trump is teasing U.S. expansion into Panama, Greenland, and Canada. Okay, which is the same plan that the technocrats had back in the 1930s, man. They didn't want it to be in America, okay? They didn't want it to be a Canada. They wanted it to be one continent, okay? Central America included. You see? So it said Trump is teasing U.S. expansion into Panama, Greenland, and Canada, man. This man is operating off the technocracy movement, man. This is what he's doing real time while you niggas are celebrating, okay? Because trans women can't play, all right, women's sports anymore. This is what this nigga is on, man. Okay, so
I got a scripture back.
let's go here. Okay, you got it, bro. You can post. I'm just gonna go to the next one.
It should be coming through now.
I'm finna get it. You got it, bro.
Come on, this is Ecclesiastes chapter 1 and verse 9. The thing that had been, it is that which shall be, and that which is done is that which shall be, and there is no new thing under the sun.
Yeah, so this is nothing new. This is a 100-year-old plan going back to the 1930s, man. Okay, now it's just timing to come in fruition. And you see that guy fruition, and you see that guy Peter Thiel he was speaking about, okay, was just a major technocrat, that's rubbing shoulders with Trump. And in 2002, after the towers went down, he wanted digital ID back then, 23 years ago. You see? But hey, it's been a gradual, like you said, it's slow drip. But these devils been on this, man. Now it's the time. The whole C19, okay, allowed them to push this thing to the next phase. So it's going to be another event that they're going to push this thing to the next phase, man. Okay, because these devils have had this in play for a while. Now, what I want to do with this, bro, this is gonna go into Elon Musk's grandfather. Okay, Elon Musk ain't just no random nigga that got rich off selling electric cars and rags to riches and and he's just this guy. No, he comes from a family of technocrats that was a part of this technocrat cult. Okay, called it Technocracy Incorporated. Okay, so when you go to it, it says on October 13th, 1940, it says a Regina chiropractor named Joshua Haldeman appeared in the city court to face 2 charges under the Defense Act of Canada. His alleged offense was belonging to Technocracy Incorporated, an organization that had been banned by the Canadian government several months earlier as part of a large sweep, of groups it considered subversive to the war effort. Technocracy Incorporated was not a political movement. In fact, politicians or members of political parties were not allowed to join. It was founded in New York City in 1933, all right, which New York City is the headquarters of wickedness. It's pretty much like the capital of Babylon, on a spiritual sense. Okay, that's where you have the New York Stock Exchange. That's where you have the gold. The holdings of the gold is in New York. Okay, so it's no coincidence that the apostles and the elders are in New York. Because the Lord is about balance. And it says, as an educational and research organization promoting a radical reconstructing of political, social, and economic life in Canada and the United States with science as its central operating principle. And what was one of Joe Biden's main thing he was saying during the demic? Trust the science. Okay, this is what's being rolled out. A technocracy is being introduced to you people. Okay, you're arguing about Kendrick Lamar Super Bowls halftime, what it meant. See the PlayStation, the Sony. That's Drake. See Drake with Sony. You see why you niggas arguing about that? This is what these devils is on, man. Okay, it said there will be no politicians, business people, money or income inequality. Okay, and what's been the topic? UBI, universal basic income. That's income inequality. That's getting rid of income inequality, man. It says those were all features of what technocracy called the price system, and it would have to go. There will be no countries called Canada or the United States, either just one giant continental landmass called Technate. Okay, so it makes sense now because Trump hop in office and just we gonna Canada the 51st state. Like what you mean? You know what I'm saying? Like you don't even hear about Canada, but all of a sudden this nigga pop in office talking about Canada, the 51st state. Okay, but then you go into the doctrine, okay, of technocracy. Now we're seeing it makes sense. Okay. So it said there will be no countries called Canada or the United States either. Just one giant continent landmass called Technate and a techno utopia run by engineers and other experts in their fields. In the Technate, everyone will be well housed and fed. You're right. All material needs will be taken care of, whether you have a job or not. You own nothing and be happy. Okay? They're going to put you in them chicken coops. Okay.
That's a lot, bro.
All right. Yeah, it's gonna get that UBI. It's gonna tell you what you can spend it on, when you can spend it on. Okay. It's gonna be a nightmare. Yeah, social credit score. Okay.
Act up and you ain't get shit.
Nah. And it says Joshua Haldeman was a leader of Technocracy Incorporated in Canada from 1936 to 1941, but eventually became disillusioned, all right, with both the organization and the country, and packed up his young family to start a new life in South Africa. In June 1971, Haldeman's daughter, Maeve, gave birth to his first grandson. He that firstborn. His name is Elon Musk. You see?
Can't make it up, bro.
This is the play. Okay? We got Issachar. I ain't going to work today. Nigga, this is the play. Okay, they don't care about your ass not going to work Monday. Because if soon you not gonna be here to go to work. Okay? They finna delete a lot of people and they want to roll this out, man.
7.8 billion.
Yeah. And see, he was a leader. His grandfather was a leader of Technocracy Incorporated. And they'll say that he became disillusioned. But no, you can tell that he groomed Elon for this. Okay? Because you jump down here, it says in 2019, Musk tweeted accelerating Starship development to build the Martian technocracy. Okay.
Boy, better wake up. Shit.
I got a quick one, real quick. Because this can go both ways, and then we got a few more we can close out on. I got a few more I want to get into, but you get this here because this can be on the right hand side or the left hand side. All right. So, matter of fact, let me go ahead and share this. And get these few. Okay, so let's start here and get Sirach. It's Sirach 30 and verse 3 and 3 and 4. That's the point.
I got you. This is the book of Sirach, or Ecclesiasticus chapter. You said chapter 30, right?
Yeah, chapter 30, verse 3. Yep.
Chapter 30, starting at verse 3. He that teacheth his son grieveth.
Oh yeah. Let me get that other.
I was about to say that's the 1911, that ain't it, bro? 1611, ain't it, bro?
That's that. Goddamn. OG Bob Johnson, goddamn. It's at the bottom.
I started seeing them used for V's. I was like, hold on, bro. He got me with that one.
Yeah, let me get the goddamn that new, cause that it can get confusing because they throw a lot of letters in there. And goddamn.
God. It took me a minute. I was like, they say, yeah, all you use is V's.
Okay, you got it, bro.
Come. This is back in that book, Ecclesiasticus or Sirach, chapter 30 and verse 3. He that teaches his son grieveth the enemy. Before his friends, he shall rejoice of him.
Go ahead.
Though his father die, yet he is, though as he were not dead, for he had left one behind him that is like himself.
Yeah, so it go on in both ways, because we're being taught by our father through Yahweh Shai, and it grieves Esau that we're being taught in righteousness, man. But these devils, they taught their sons in wickedness, man. You go to the banking families, going back to Mayor Amschel, Rothschild. All right, Mayor Amschel, Rothschild. He taught his sons their banking business, man. And they taught their sons, and that's been a grievance because this whole system is set up by these elite bankers that oppress us, man. So though these devils die, they leave one behind that is like unto him, man. Okay, and this guy Musk is likened unto his grandfather, man. Okay, Joshua Haldeman, man. Okay, he's fully tapped in, okay, to the idea, the concept, the doctrine, the cult of technocracy, man. Okay, which this is a boast against the Most High, So that's why when you go here, I'm saying we can end it here. Because these devils are boasting against our power. And this is why the Most High is going to make this man a laughing stock, man. He's going to pull the curtain on the devil, like the Wizard of Oz, man. And we're going to see that a lot of this man's, boasting was huff and puff, man. But you got it, bro.
This book same book, chapter 42, right?
Yeah, Sirach chapter 42, verse 19. Yep.
This is the book of Sirach or Ecclesiastes chapter 42 and verse 19. He declared the things that are past and for to come, and revealed the steps of the hidden things.
Yep, go ahead. So the Lord knows all, sees all. Okay, and ain't no way, all right, that this devil, think he can come up with something that's above the Most High's understanding, because what that devil Yuval Harari say, that it can be an economic crisis and the AI can do it, and it'd be so complicated that no one can understand it. This man is really boasting that he's making something smarter, okay, than people, all right, with his hands, man. Okay, go ahead.
Verse 20, no thought escapeth him, neither any word is hidden from him.
Yeah, and that's another boast too, because Esau is saying that, okay, because Esau is saying that I can make something smarter than me. So he's boasting that like the Most High made something that was smarter than him with him, you know, because in his mind that he's becoming he this man like really thinks he's on that level, you know. That's why we got this precept earlier, you know, let the potsherd scribe. Woe to him that scribe with his maker. You see, Esau thinking he can go tick for tack, like he can go back and forth with the Most High. This is what the devil is on. Like he really there. This what this nigga is at with, like it's finna be a back and forth. You know? That's why the Most High gonna send you Howard Shine to just wipe the floor with this nigga, man.
Hey, bro. Hey, you ever you know, we hear about a lot of Jakes, you know, who went back and forth. You know, they said it was an old saying, you know, every young man had to try his father, and his father ended up putting him on his ass.
Yeah,
That's what finna happen to Esau. Esau, you really think you can go? You really think he can go blow for blow with the Most High, bro? And like, no, man, you finna get a major ass whooping, bro.
Yeah, it's gonna be bad. You know, it's gonna be one blow. You know, that's it. You got it, bro.
Come, verse 21. He that garnished the excellent words of his wisdom, and he is from everlasting to everlasting.
Think about that, bro. He's from everlasting to everlasting. Like, how can you even wrap your mind around it, man? And this devil is thinking that he's finna go back and forth with the Most High. Like he can go tick for tack. From everlasting to everlasting. These niggas get old. These niggas be having heart transplant. You see, look, first off, look how these niggas look. Nigga, if you were so wise and smart, nigga, why, and you a guy, why you look like that, nigga? Like, you look at these old Edomites, nigga, like, the fact that you look like that, nigga.
That's in the spirit, bro. I said, damn, these niggas get 40. It was like he's 60 at 40. Like, and then when he gets 60, that nigga damn near look like he need to be in the box already. If he just so happened to make it to 70 or 80, that nigga look bad, man. Like, and you said everlasting to everlasting, bro. I don't know about you, but you know when you grew up, it just certain people you ain't finna fight or you ain't even finna try to fight. You know where before you came into this thing, you realize it just some folks you not I ain't even finna fuck with him like that. You know what I'm saying? Like he's from everlasting to everlasting. It just certain people, and when I say certain people, I'm referring to the Most High, the certain the Most High, the Father. It just you got man, you better learn some respect, man.
Yeah, well, he got to learn the hard way. You know, your uncle got a hard ass head, man. You know, you gotta pull in. Look at these. Hold on, you gotta pull these niggas up, man. You know, they're gonna get back to that, but
Yeah, they said, but the best lesson is a learned lesson, or what's the term? A well whooped ass, and that's what Esau finna get.
Look at these niggas. You know, this John D. Rockefeller. Look at these.
That man
look
like
at these
ghost,
niggas,
bro.
man.
That man look like the shit
niggas.
off what's that movie? Insidious, or something like them ghosts and shit. Man, that man look like he came back from the dead.
What's it? Joe Solo. You look at these devils. Look at these niggas, man. Look at these niggas, man. Okay. Yeah, it get terrible, man. You know?
His skin leaving his body.
Yeah. So yeah, you look at these niggas, man.
Her brother said he saw me hurt early.
Early. You know? Well, you got it, bro. You go back to read verse 21 again.
I got you. Verse 21. He that garnished he that garnered the excellent words of his wisdom, and he is from everlasting to everlasting. Unto him may nothing be added, neither can it be diminished. and he
Mm-hmm.
had no need of any counsel.
Yeah, so unto him ain't nothing be added. All right. The Most High don't need Esau to add no bullshit ass technology to his creation, man. Okay. The Most High don't need pesticide. You know, there's certain ways that like when you grow your fruit, bro, that the fruit's supposed to have so much juice in it to if the birds try to eat it, you know, they would drown, you know, because of the juice that he got in it. Like Most High don't need no pesticide. And that juice benefit us. Now there's certain things that the bird can't eat, but it ain't meant for them to just eat your whole garden, you know. So the Most High got natural repellents, you know, and they're repellent like it can drown the bird, but it help us, you know. So and it's just so much as one of many things. The Most High got so much wisdom in creation that we haven't even tapped into yet. But this nigga is acting like we beyond all that. We on something else. You know, want to clone the meat? No. Okay, want to splice the genes? Want to take the seeds out of fruit? This is him telling. This is him making himself a counselor to the Most High, and the Most High saying, "Look, nigga, I don't need no counselor. Nigga, I'm me." You see?
I got something for you. I'm putting that in too, bro.
Yeah, you got it, bro.
Con, this should bag you up on that one. There you go.
Got it up there. Oh, you got it, bro.
Con, this is the book of Genesis, chapter 1, verse 31. And the power saw, you know, the word power goes into the Alahayim, you know, the Most High. The power saw everything that he had made, and behold, it was very good. And the evening and that morning was the sixth day.
Yeah, man. So when you go into the word good, which is tawab, okay, it goes into pleasurable, agreeable, pleasing, okay, because everything complements each other, man. All creation complements each other in order and a peace, man. All the animals, okay, even bacteria, fungus, everything complements each other, man. You know, everything is for the good of another. All right, but this devil has just come and interrupted the natural flow that was set up in Genesis. Like I said, this man is trying to remix Genesis, the first and second chapter, man. Okay, and it's very tacky, it's very watered down, it's very chaotic. Okay, and it only gets worse, man. And the longer this man's in power, all right, we're gonna see a shit show as this man tries to establish this NWO, man. Okay,
Can I add to that, bro?
you got it, bro.
Come that Genesis 31, it goes into, you know, the ending of basically like the creation. He stepped back and said everything is good. If you look at if you take away everything that Esau has done and look at how the Most High and the Alahayim did everything, like you said, everything complements itself. We don't need waste management. He put the animals here for that, i.e., you know, the swine. So if you want eating all the motherfuckers up, the earth would clean itself. You know what I'm saying? Like we were going into the dietary laws. Like you got motherfuckers this Eve talking about, you know, oh, we gotta clean the waters. Bitch, if y'all stop eating shrimp, crawfish, and lobsters and all of that shit, and the oysters, and actually look into that, that's what the Most High and Allahim gave us to keep the waters clean. Bitch, leave it alone. Like you said, everything was made to complement itself. The way that the Most High and Allah made everything, bro, it literally it cleans and it maintains itself. If you leave the shit alone and let it do it, I don't want to refer to that shit's locking, but if you leave the things alone and let them do what how about Shema Shai gave him the spirit to do.
Come on, bro. And we seen a little bit in the lockdown. You know, the earth started to heal itself, man. But the earth is gonna heal itself when this man is removed from power. You know, so yeah, you keep reading, bro.
Come, this is verse 22. Oh, how desirable are all his works, and that a man may see even to a spark.
Go ahead.
Verse 23, all these things live and remain forever for all uses, and they are all obedient.
Yeah, so you go into like Esau talk about artificial intelligence. Well, nah, man, the Lord has a natural intelligence, okay, that he puts in everything, man. Okay. That's why the chicken lay eggs every day. you know, you have, day and night on their schedule. You have your seasons on their schedule. Okay, which all those things are needed. Okay. You have animals that hibernate, certain times of the year. You see, you got all these things that's happening. Okay, the way that when a woman is pregnant, she's able to feed herself and the baby. Okay, at the same time, you know, nourish so that the nourishing starts even before the child comes out. So you have all this wisdom. Then the woman, she begins to produce, the milk, the food needed, for the child, at the early development. Okay. So here it is. You have all these things that are already like you had a couple during the demic. You had people freaking out because there was a shortage on baby formula. But here it is. You're supposed to produce milk. How can you have a shortage on baby formula but that when you're pregnant, you're supposed to produce milk? But see, women's bodies are so jacked up, and that juice, it was reported that juice stopped women from producing milk, and like it sterilized people. Like, oh man, like this man has jacked everything up so much, to where you depend on this chaotic system, man. You always fall short because he can just create a shortage or scarcity when he wants. But these things were already created from the beginning, and these things were in the beginning, and they have their uses, man. You got it, bro.
Come. Verse 24, all things are double against another. So like all things are double one against another, and he that made nothing imperfect.
Yeah, he have made nothing imperfect. You see? So the Lord hasn't made anything imperfect that was lacking. That means everything was complete in its perfect order how he made it. But Esau, in his mind, he's saying that it's imperfect. I can add to, I can enhance it. You see, you gotta really understand the boasting that this devil is doing. Okay. When he's saying these things, when he's doing this thing, like he's boasting against the Most High. He's shaking his fist at the Most High. Okay, you got it, bro.
Come, verse 25. One thing established the good or another, and one shall be filled beholding his glory.
Yeah, who shall be filled?
So, and who shall be filled with beholding his glory?
Yep. So one thing established the good of another. Okay, a husband and a wife, night and day. Okay, cold, hot. Okay, everything established the good of another. Okay, because when you take the blacksmith, he take what he's making out of that fire. What's the first thing he do? He put it in that water. Okay, to cool it down. Okay, so everything complements each other, man. All right. Well, in the grand scheme of things, everything works for the good of another. But everything is so out of course and so all out of whack. Okay, under this man's rulership. Here it is, the man that's done messed up everything. That's done jacked up everything. But he's coming with something else. I'm gonna fix it. Like, nah, nigga, we wouldn't need to be fixed if it wasn't for you.
He threw off the just wait, bro. That scripture that had came to mind.
Yep. Everything has its balance, bro. So yeah, that's the point. We'll end it on that. You can read that, bro. Oh, I'll read it for you. You can break it down. It's like Proverbs 11:1 says, "A false balance is abomination to the Lord, but a just weight is his delight."
So that false balance is an abomination. So when he created everything, he created all things to be in balance with itself. You know how we were talking about like I said, we was talking about the dietary laws. When it comes to like the crawfish and those different the crawfish, the shrimp, and different things like that, their bodies are natural filters. So their bodies suck in water and cleans the water of the ocean. Then they have babies, and they're food for certain animals in the ocean. And then you got them babies are new filters. So once them filters go bad, they got new ones. It keeps itself going. He put the world in a just balance. He put everything in a good balance. That's why he said a false balance is an abomination. Esau has put the world in a false balance. That's why he always coming up with bullshit to try to fix something when nigga just leave it alone. If you leave the earth alone, like you said, we saw in the demic, the earth started to heal itself. And then as soon as everything opened back up, I know the earth like shit. Nigga, here we go again.
Yeah.
Right? And that's why I said a just weight is his delight. He had that balance, that just weight. Everything leveled out. You had everything everything complemented each other. Even to us with the plants. Everything complements each other as well. But when Esau in control, it's overall when he's in control, it's a fucking abomination, man.
Come on, bro. Yeah, man. So we're witness this man. He's already run the earth to the ground. Now he wants to run it below the ground. Like this. This is why he got to be stopped. And only and Esau is the problem of the earth, man. And if you were Israelite, all right, and top of your priority is not Esau being removed from power, shit, you in the wrong spirit, man. Okay?
Shit, you in the wrong business.
Yeah, exactly. So, with that, we pray that you brothers, all right, and you sisters edified once again. We're gonna give all praise and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh, double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great examples to his young brothers, and peace and blessing, salutation, hopefully, shalom.
Shalom.